Welcome to show number 9.
Yeah, this is news update number 9. Welcome back. We're here in Bitcoin Berlin, bringing you another news update about adopting Bitcoin that's happening on the 15th and 16th of November 2024.
Buy tickets because you got to do it.
Yeah, it's if you don't, you're losing out.
Yeah, high value event. It's a worthy value exchange.
For sure, for sure. So we've got Nikki pointing here towards something I don't know. Okay, look at the camera here. Perfect. But yeah, we've got some really interesting speakers that are coming up today. Some real builders and people who have been in the Bitcoin space for years and years and years. And you might be in Bitcoin over the last couple of years, last 3-4 years. These guys have done potentially over a decade in the space, and when you hold a lot of your wealth and when you start building on Bitcoin for that many years, you learn a lot of things that you can share. Yeah.
And before we jump into our speakers for this week, a new builder on the scene is Murph's Life.
Murph's Life, exactly.
If you haven't yet, check out the interview with Mike from Bitcoin Beach because it's really interesting.
Yeah. You've got individuals who come to El Salvador who don't come for Bitcoin per se, but they're attracted for other reasons. But once you are here and you get to know the expat community as well, it's really hard to not interact with Bitcoin. And Murph's has he's figured out that Bitcoin is really important.
Yeah,
his name's probably not Murph's, right?
No, it is Murph. He's been sucked into the Bitcoin rabbit hole, we could say.
Yeah, and he can't get away from it now.
But I think he's also seen the type of people that are involved in the community, and he's realized that a lot of people in the Bitcoin community have big hearts, and they really want to make a difference in the world.
Yeah, right. You've gotten to a stage where you've accumulated a few savings, you've thought about what your purpose is in life, and you realize that by giving, you get a lot of value. And the great thing about having a lot of savings is that you have, as Nikki says, you can't give with an empty bucket, but you can give if you do have it full, right?
we were reminded that by a friend recently, but it's great. It's a great saying.
It is. It is. I've used it about 5 times since.
Oh, really? It's a hot topic. Okay, good.
So yeah, first speaker.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Giaccomo Zucco. Giaccomo is a legend. He is behind the Plan B network initiative. Plan B is a really big and important initiative in my view. They are focused on Bitcoin education, on centralizing pretty much all of the Bitcoin education as much as possible, so you have one place where you can get all of it.
Did you say centralized?
Yeah, people feel like centralized is a bad word, but I think we decentralize the source of money, you know, the power of the rules that denominate the money that we use, but you need some centralization for efficiency, and going to like 1,500 different web pages to try and get your complete Bitcoin education is not efficient.
No. Having a reliable source of truth makes a big difference.
Yeah. Oh, big time. And they talk about Austrian economics, mining. They go from introductory classes to intermediary and then advanced classes. They go into cryptography. They've got a Plan Biz school, which I've done myself.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I've done a good few episodes, and you have people like Obi that has set up Fedi. You've got people like Eric Yakes who wrote The Seventh Property. You've got individuals like Alan Farrington who wrote Bitcoin is Venice. Some real deep thinkers and teachers of Bitcoin who are able to not only talk about some important Bitcoin concepts but also give insights on how do you get to work in Bitcoin. How do you get to add value in terms of the Bitcoin network, and how do you structure your CV and your experience so that a Bitcoin business is willing to hire you, or if you want to set up your own company, how would you do that?
Wow, there's super valuable information in today's world.
Oh, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people out there who are looking to they're looking to work in Bitcoin but are lost. They're stuck in their own fiat job, and they're like, how can I move over into this new paradigm? I know that I'm depressed in this old one and I want to be alive in the new one, but that transition is difficult, like it is, because you need to give up maybe a salary.
Yeah,
you need
security. Give up security.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's what they say, right? Having freedom and security, there's a trade-off that has to happen.
Mm.
But yeah, Plan B, they contribute to a lot of big projects in the space these days as well. They provide a lot of funding, right?
Yeah, well, we were grateful for the sponsorship that Plan B provided for Economia Bitcoin, which was the conference in April, which was a great one-day event where a lot of speakers got to come together.
Here in Berlin. Is that happening again?
That's the plan.
Oh, yeah. It's worth coming to, so put that on your calendar.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's focused just on circular economies, showing what's possible with circular economies as they start to develop and bolster out. The emerging qualities from these economies are unknown, so we need to be able to document it. We need to be able to share what's happening, and how do people's mindsets change? How do businesses change? How does the employee and employer relationship change? Which I think is really important.
Yeah, that is actually, it's a funny thing that happens because instead of people coming in to ask for a pay rise because the fiat dollar has devalued, the employer now needs to go in and say, you'd want to write it into the contract. Your sats this month are going to be less because they're worth more.
Yeah.
That's a really weird conversation to be having.
It's the new paradigm, right? So people have to start getting used to it.
Exactly, because if you could hire another person who's like, actually, I'll do it for 10% less sats, then that's probably the conversation we'll be having. It would make a employer-employee relationship more competitive with skills in the marketplace.
It's an amazing thing. It's so mind-blowing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Have
you guys thought about this?
This morning, I've just created a contract in Bitcoin.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
For some business, and we don't know when the sale is going to come through, but it's already agreed on that a fixed amount of Bitcoin will be given for the services.
Exciting.
Yeah. No, I mean it's amazing, and it's legal tender. It's in a public document, legally prescribed on so it's possible. It is possible. You can live on Bitcoin here in El Salvador, in all shapes and forms, and you can remove that dollar symbol from your mind.
Well, I'm going to say Crossing the Chasm is the theme of the conference this year. And that's actually probably a really good point of getting your mindset around what would happen if you started living on a Bitcoin standard more. Because we definitely, at the market, we actually price our soaps in Bitcoin each.
That's right.
Week,
James comes around and harasses every single stall to make sure that their product is. And if you answer in dollars, he'll just ignore you for the rest of the market.
Oh, was it that harsh? No. It was a new thing I was trying. There's some feedback for you.
It worked. Yeah.
Okay. It was fun.
We got to price the milkshakes and
good.
Stats,
Awesome. That's so cool. But yeah, that's something to think about. Like if you've got a business, for example, you can have a web business. You can actually add Bitcoin as a payment option now quite easily to Shopify and WooCommerce stores. And these are things that you can start experimenting with on a small level, because really if you do one transaction in a month that's actually Bitcoin and the rest of 98% of your other transactions are in fiat, is it really that big a deal to collect a little Bitcoin on the side and just see how it works?
Yeah, right. And the more exposure you have to it, the further you'll understand it. You can't learn how to ride a bicycle by reading a book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You kind of can, but the practical nature of it.
Do you think you can? Okay.
I'd be curious. We should get a couple of people who don't know how to ride bikes and give that a go. Yeah.
Yeah. It's better than a car because the consequences are pretty severe.
Ouch. Yeah. So another thing to think about, and speaking of that, a lot of people have got objections to trying Lightning, especially if they're coming from the States.
True.
Grab an Aqua wallet. That's actually a wallet that you can get.
Yeah, I've been using Aqua quite a lot recently.
Yeah, without too many problems.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's not pure Bitcoin, but it's the closest thing you can probably get to a good experience without having too many issues. Also, the CoinOS wallet.
What's your take on Liquid and its how would you categorize Liquid?
An interesting project that offers a lot of value.
Cool.
I don't think that's the answer that he wanted, but
and that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, Liquid is what's behind Aqua Wallet.
Yeah, we use it.
Yeah.
It fills a technology gap. It fills a convenience gap for us. I think if I was to be honest about an opinion about it, let's just say I think there's a higher chance that a government would go after a third-party hosted Lightning wallet than they would after the Liquid network.
Yeah.
So storing a certain amount of sats on the Liquid network is probably a lower risk option than being on a
custodian.
Yes, a third-party hosted Lightning wallet.
Yeah, completely agree. And it's nice in between, intermediary between Lightning and on-chain as well.
Yeah.
They also have like APIs which convert your on-chain Bitcoin into Lightning through bolts or into Liquid, and it's getting smoother and smoother, and the fees seem to be going down.
Yeah, it's a service worth checking out. So if you're from the States, you have no excuse to download this wallet, which you get your own keys, which is a huge part of it, to start playing with Lightning, because it's a great way to do it.
Yeah, we need to start exchanging Bitcoin for goods and services if we want to bring this world onto a Bitcoin standard.
Cross the chasm, people.
Yeah, and crossing the chasm, one person who's helped out with Bitcoin being used as money in this country and globally is Nicolas Burtey, founder of Galoy and Blink. Obviously, Blink, which previously was the Bitcoin Beach wallet, founded here initially in El Zonte, now named Blink, is one of the most used Lightning wallets across the globe, and here it is our favorite wallet because of how easy it is to use, how intuitive, save contacts. I mean, it's way easier than using cash or credit card or any of those things.
If you haven't downloaded and tried Blink, you're missing out on a great experience.
For sure. And Nicolas himself, he's a legend. He's also the man behind Galoy, which is the company that's behind adopting Bitcoin as well. They started the conference 4 years ago now, and it was organized in 1 month, the first conference, in 1 month, and they got 700 Bitcoiners during COVID to come over to El Salvador.
It's impressive,
isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and you know, you have to have a good set of balls to do that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Nicolas is championing the Blink wallet. It's really handy because it's also integrated with the banking system here in El Salvador. So at any point in time, if someone doesn't accept Bitcoin and they refuse to do that, you can ask for their bank account, and then you can send your Lightning sats into their bank account.
We do that. So we use their bank service to pay certain things, which is super convenient. And also, if you've got a small business, and you need Lightning liquidity and things like that, the parent company, Galoy, provides the infrastructure that actually helps businesses be able to do things like run nodes and stuff like that.
And pay payroll and stuff like that as well, yeah.
Like his system is open source, so he's got like a open source technology model similar to WordPress, but then to really take advantage of it, you're actually better just to hire his team to fast track your usage and setup and everything like that.
Yeah, highly recommend working with Nicolas and the Blink team. They're absolute
guys,
stalwarts. We've got some employees or contractors here, like Andre, who's also a top man, and yeah, that's just a testament of character.
Yeah. It's I always enjoy speaking to Nicolas and enjoy the products that he puts out. I'm excited to hear what he's going to talk about, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be very engaging. In Economia Bitcoin, he talked about the velocity of money and the different metrics of how you can measure Bitcoin adoption within a circular economy. And it blew my mind. He used a bit of maths to try and describe it. He's a really intelligent dude, and I'm sure he'll have further insights.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
So yeah, Chipper Charlie, that's a new one.
Chipper is like happy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love it.
You don't use the term chipper?
I will now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about BTC Jam. I was thinking about...
Jam. Oh, I love it.
I was thinking about there's the Jam... What do they call it? The coin swap, the coin join.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jam. That was what Jamie helped your man out with in terms of recovering, because he did a bit of jamming.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. And he couldn't find the...
Okay.
He couldn't find the seed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
right.
Slight deviation of topic.
Adopting Bitcoin, 15th, 16th of November. You can book your flights. Come over. El Salvador is now built for it to be convenient for you to just land in, book a place, enjoy the sights, enjoy the food, the people, be able to feel the sense of freedom that exists here in this country, and then enjoy the conference and all the side events that surround it.
If you're looking for basic transportation, you can rent a car from a number of people, but there's also an opportunity to use Uber, and you can top up your Uber using BitRefill, which is a super...
Wow, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh,
you learn something new every day.
So get your Lightning wallet, fill it up, get the BitRefill app, and get the Uber app, top it up. And also Airbnb. You can also buy gift cards to top up your Airbnb through BitRefill.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the BitRefill the Airbnb accommodation around San Salvador. Not enough of you have booked.
Okay.
Start booking, because there's some good deals out there and they're going to start filling up quickly. So book your flights, book your Airbnbs. If you've got friends, make sure you come and stay with them and have a good time too.
Yeah. Guys, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to come to El Salvador and check it out. It might be your future home, so you'll be doing yourself some justice by coming to the conference.
And we're right on the cusp of the bull run, so this could be like a really, really good event.
Yeah.
People are going to be jacked.
Yeah. I'm not even going to say it could be. It is going to be a really amazing event. Guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week for news update number 10.
Looking forward to it. Have a great week. Go adopt Bitcoin.